So I'm sitting here on this beautiful day today. It's a Tuesday. And I just was thinking, what if we chose all this? Like, all of it. Everything that we are going through right now, that we complain about, get excited about, get scared about, what if all of it was actually our choice before we came here? So this is not a concept that I made up myself. I've heard it many times from different people, different individuals that believe in different theories about the universe and how we came here and what our purposes are. But today, right in this moment, like, I'm really feeling it. I'm feeling this sense of, I'm sitting outside on this wooden table, like it's a wooden table with these wooden stools that almost feel like they were just made for me, because I needed somewhere to sit down. I didn't want to sit inside one of the coffee shops. I already brought some of my own food and stuff and didn't feel like ordering, oh my god, like chai lattes with oat milk right now are $7. I was like, oh no, that's fine, I'm not doing that. So I come out here and there were a couple of women sitting here first before me, and now I have this spot. And I just started thinking, like, maybe this spot was reserved for me by the universe in this moment. Like, maybe all of this was pre-planned. Even coming to this world, having this crazy love of dance all of a sudden, or it felt like all of a sudden later in my life, and then having it, what felt like, taken away from me by an illness and medical conditions and fear and my own doubts about myself. But what if I actually planned that before I came here? What if before Tasleem came to Earth in this lifetime, what if I had decided that this is what I was gonna have happen? Maybe it was to help me, what I first thought was to appreciate my body and movement and the arts, but maybe actually it was to help me learn how to love myself without having a thing that I can do that's like the things that I admire other people doing. Maybe I came here to learn how to admire myself without having a thing. Maybe it's like I came here to learn, I went through this experience to learn unconditional love for myself. I've talked about not knowing my dad much, and I don't feel like I have negative feelings about him, but I think about, like, maybe I chose that father to feel what it feels like to experience a mom who did everything and to learn forgiveness. Like, maybe my dad taught me forgiveness and empathy, because there were tons of things I learned about later, way later in my life, just a couple of years before he passed away, that taught me, like, how he didn't have parents to take care of him. And even I carry a lot of guilt and sadness for my mom passing away, and it has been the hardest thing for me to face. But maybe I came into this lifetime choosing that mother, choosing that father, and wanting to learn how to forgive myself for the guilt that I feel of things that I feel like I didn't show my mom enough appreciation. My mom was such a giver. Like, she just gave to anyone, everyone, sometimes anyone. And I kind of watched her not always give to herself. So maybe, as much as it hurts me to like think that my mom, I feel like I didn't give to her enough the way that she gave to me and other people, and I wish someone was there to give to her more. Maybe I needed to experience that in order to learn how to give to myself. I came here without having, like, in this lifetime, I don't have my own children, but I taught children, and that was amazing. And maybe I came into this lifetime, like, I actually have a belief that I must have had many, many children in a past life, because I love kids. I absolutely love them. But maybe in this lifetime, before I came here, I chose not to have the kids in this lifetime, to still have them around me when I was teaching, and I have wonderful nieces, and to still see the beauty and magic in children. But maybe it was because I needed to tap into the child in me again. And maybe my lifetimes of having children in the past were of the past, and there were other lessons, other experiences that I wanted to come here in this lifetime to learn. I would like to challenge you to think about, like, you know, I'm sure it might be difficult to think about this, like, especially if you're experiencing an illness, or you've gone through loved ones passing away. If you feel like you've had a really rough life, you're probably thinking, no, I would never have chosen this myself. Like, if you have parents that you don't get along with, or you don't feel like you feel a lot of anger towards, you might feel like, no, I definitely would not have chosen those parents. But I've heard of stories where people just had so much hatred for parents, and were so in disbelief that parents could be so aggressive or violent or not caring, but then came out of that lesson. Like, Wayne Dyer is a great example. Like, he was so angry at his dad, and after his dad passed away, he went to his gravestone and was sure that he was gonna, like, you know, yell and get out all the anger, and he ended up actually leaving there realizing all the lessons that his dad had taught him. And I'm not saying that you have to, like, dismiss people or situations in your life and just say, oh yeah, like, I just did that. I'm not saying blame yourself and say, like, oh, you came here deciding to have that happen, so just deal with it. That's not at all what I'm saying. But could you imagine what a different outlook we would have if we even contemplated the possibility that, like, what if I came into this lifetime choosing to have an autoimmune condition, to have MS? What if I came into this lifetime choosing to go through the situation that I went through with mold toxicity, and, like, the lesson was I really need to, like, stand up for myself and believe in things that you can't see but you can feel, and trust your intuition. Like, what if I came here to learn who I am without my previous profession? Like, people, I go around, whenever I go to places, like, one of the first questions people ask is, like, so what do you do for a living? What is your work? Or even on online dating sites, it's like I end up asking people, I tend to ask people what they like to do. Because I think one of the greatest lessons for me and other people who had to change or leave their professions, like especially when they really love them, one of the most profound lessons that I learned from that was like, who am I without my job? What if I came into this lifetime with that lesson in mind? Like, what if I was like, I want to be put in a situation where I learn who I am without relying on my job title, without putting like accolades on my wall of where I've been, what I've done, all the awards. Like, what if even the things that I've complained about with dating, like what if I came into this lifetime saying, I want to be in a partnership where someone, sure, they can be attracted to me and I can be attracted to them, but the attraction runs way deeper than, like, you know, on the days that I am having trouble walking or not doing the physical things that I used to be able to do. What if I came into this lifetime saying, I want to experience something where I have to make sure that I find someone that really loves me for me. I have been watching this just recently, this YouTube channel with this guy who is in a wheelchair, and he had an accident when he was quite a lot younger, and he met a woman after his accident, after he was paralyzed, or yeah, like I think he doesn't have mobility in his legs. And this woman fell in love with him, and she is completely mobile, and they share their story of like how they lived their life and what they went through and their love story. Like, maybe I came into this life saying, like, I don't know, maybe in past lives I was chosen by men, or maybe I was a man and I was chosen by women, or who knows what it was, for what I could do, what I could physically be like, how I could perform and be like mobile and run and dance and do sporty things. Maybe, you know, I've complained so much about how I thought like I am not sporty. I came into this life not being sporty. What if I chose that particularly? What if I chose that before I came here and said, like, you know what? This lifetime, I'm gonna like not have that as my skill. And I want to not only find someone to share love with that can accept me for who I really am in my soul, but also for me to accept and love myself without all those things. Like, if we started looking at our world in that way, instead of thinking, oh, this happened to me, and oh my gosh, like I'm, you know, you feel sorry for yourself because of all the horrible things that have happened to you. I'm not saying that they aren't painful, and they can be very debilitating, and they can make your life a lot harder. But if we had a shift of perspective and we thought, what if I chose that? I think then the way that we would go about our lives dealing with those quote unquote problems, we would actually look at it completely differently. Like, what if it is actually not a problem? What if it was something that helps me to acquire the lesson, the skill, the exact asking that I came here to be given? I would go about my situation with my health, with my romantic partners, with finding someone to date, to be in a relationship with, in a completely different way. Because I'd have a smile on my face. I wouldn't be thinking, oh my God, like this is not working out. It hasn't been working out for so long. oh my God, like nobody's gonna love me because I'm having all these mobility issues, or that I have to hide from the world because I'm finding it hard to accept myself. No, I'd be thinking, oh, this is exactly what I wanted to experience in this lifetime. And how beautiful is that? In a really interesting, like, twisted way, I could now look at it like, this is happening exactly the way that I came here wanting it to. I might not have known all the details, but I knew what I was wanting to learn and what it was that I wanted to get out of this lifetime. And what if I'm actually getting exactly what I asked for? I could turn this around and make it even deeper and more of a meaningful experience for myself, instead of sitting in this like, oh my God, why is this happening to me? Like, look at all the other people around me that are doing things that I want to do. I could change that and say, actually, they chose to come here to do all those things, just like I came here and chose to have all these experiences that are happening to me. And I'm looking around right now, sitting in this little area outside, and I'm looking at every single person that has walked by. I don't know if you heard the little girl that came by earlier. And now I'm looking at them differently, because I'm like, what if each one of us has come here with a certain purpose and a certain plan that we made for ourselves? It wasn't like the universe made it for us. We said to God, Spirit, angels, whoever you resonate with, this and this and this and this is what I want to learn in this lifetime. Make it happen so I go through some experiences so that I get those lessons in this lifetime. And now when I'm looking around at people that are even walking by, I'm like, oh, I wonder what they might have asked for. I wonder, if I were to think like this, what amazing things did they want to come here and learn? And I'm looking at everyone and myself and everything around me very differently right now. Take that with you. I'm curious if you can use it, if it will make a change of perspective for you, if it will shift even the smallest thing for you. What is something that you have complained about, or are really upset about, or scared of, or have maybe all your life thought, like, why is this happening to me? Like, why does this keep happening to me? What could you think that it might, how could you change it and think, what if I had chosen to go through this? What lesson might I be wanting to have learned from it? Just wanted to share that with you. Thanks for listening.